Yo, what's good YouTube? Welcome back to another video on my channel. And I'm not gonna lie, today we got another intense video. We're gonna be looking at Blade versus Buffy. I'm not gonna lie, it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's in the title. I'm so stupid. Yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched the show or if there's a movie. But I haven't even watched Blade either. I know I've been slacking. I've been slacking that department. I need to get. The only Slayer I've been watching is Demon Slayer, to be honest. To be completely honest with you, I have no idea what I'm gonna be like, what their powers are, like their power skills are. But if I had to put my money on it, I'll put my money on Blade. He just he just seems like that guy. You know what I'm saying? But enough chatting. Let's just jump right into the video and see who the winner will be. Death battle.
Blade versus Buffy.
The Daywalker versus the Vampire Slayer.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Hey, ain't that dude? Hey, that's not Blade.
They are known by many names. Revenant, Vortala,
Revenant.
Nosferatu.
Vampires. When the moon is out and the night is young, these undead demons are out for blood.
Fitting then that the greatest foe of those who stalk the night is the one who can walk the day. Blade.
Blade.
Is that
Man,
really his
groovy.
costume?
Hang on.
Now there's a man who doesn't file his taxes. Blade is one of the
Get into
coolest
it.
superheroes ever, and basically kickstarted the comic book movie craze.
And yet, he is also seemingly the only one who knows or cares that in the world of Marvel, vampires exist. Seriously, nobody talks about this.
Blade
That's what I'm
doesn't need
saying, 'cause, like, I
anyone's
haven't
help.
seen
He'll
Blade
just
in a
horrify him by
vampire until,
himself.
like,
Even
I hear
Blade's
Blade or
birth
something.
was hardcore. Just as the young Eric Brooks' mother was in labor, her attending doctor turned out to be the vampire Deacon Frost.
And he drank her blood right before she gave birth.
This infused Eric with Frost's vampiric blood, turning him half human, half vampire. A Dampier.
Giving him a ton of vampy powers, but none of their weaknesses like garlic, holy water, or sunlight.
Eric would hone these abilities under the tutelage of vampire hunter Jamal Afari, sharpening him into a blade that would rape the vampire plague for good.
Blade is strong and fast enough to toss around 1,000-pound demons and cut bullets out of the air. He can keep up with Wolverine, who can deflect Cyclops' light-speed optic blasts. And his Kevlar DuPont armor helped him take the top of Count Von Stott's castle exploding.
He can heal small wounds immediately and sniff out the supernatural with his hypersenses. Also, his fangs can drain his victims of magical energies.
After studying
Yo,
the
he would've
ways of
cooked
Hong
Doctor
Kong's
Strange
kung fu movies,
Low-key.
Blade became a master martial artist. Ah yes, the Rufus from Street Fighter School of Kung Fu.
While the only martial art he's been stated to know is Krav Maga, we know he's mastered more.
Berserk mode.
So for the full scope of his martial arts ability, we'll examine the Blade movies as performed by Wesley Snipes.
By looking at Snipes' training and choreography, we know Blade uses Kung Fu, Capoeira, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Eskrima, kickboxing, Shotokan Karate,
Who's
and
Blade, Blade or
Hapkido.
Batman?
And on Blade's knack for stealthy takedowns, and I guess you could call him Marvel's Batman.
Blade's
Oh, that's
training progressed
insane I mentioned
smoothly
Batman just
until Afari was attacked and had his blood drained by Dracula. Seriously, Avengers, Dracula is real. Why aren't you doing anything about this? He's right there!
Forced to murk his surrogate dad, Blade would have to wage his war alone.
Nursing a wound within him that would never heal, a hole that could never be filled.
Not with that attitude. Blade took a page out of the Book of Boomstick and tried filling that hole with every kind of weapon imaginable.
gosh,
He's
bro.
got so many, they're his apartment decorations.
Handguns, assault rifles, and explosives make up the brunt of his firepower. And he enjoys getting up close and personal with his
Bro's
dual
locked in.
acid-etched titanium katanas.
Speaking of glorious Nippon steel, he's got a sword made out of adamantium.
Specifically,
This one has
secondary
everything.
adamantium. a variant of the metal that is mass producible.
It might not be quite as strong as Cap's shield, but it can cut right through heavy hitters like Ultron and the Hulk.
Naturally, Blade has even more swords. His Atlantean ones can slice through magical enchantments. The Word Sword can harm intangible demons, and the Justiciar can slay fallen angels.
Yeah, he's got some weird stuff he can pull out of his ass, like a Hellfire shotgun that
Bro,
burns
this
your
dude just-
soul,
he just
or
had everything.
hypodermic needles filled with vampire blood. Seems kinda dumb to turn people into vampires, but
frick
it
is that?
does make them more
Frick.
vulnerable to Blade's arsenal.
All that pales in comparison to the arch weapon of hell in Blade's possession, the breathing gun. It
That a
is
wood
a
gun?
living firearm that hisses in the presence of demonic forces. Its sentient bullets chase its victims down. The wounds they cause cannot be healed. And if they get lodged in your body, they'll slowly devour you from the inside out.
That's
They
actually
can
a
even
sick
hurt
word.
Hell Lords and even greater threats like the Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Blade took everything he had and fought his one-man war for almost 100 years.
He's battled hordes of vampires while skydiving, infiltrated the Pentagon, and even took on Spider-Men like Miles Morales, who could absorb the energy of a bomb that could destroy Harlem. Blade's even bested the Spirit of Vengeance, Zarathos.
And while he occasionally allied with teams like the Avengers, he prefers to work alone.
I probably would
course.
too if they
I
only
would be-
cared about me when I was
Right.
helping them and not ridding the world of,
Does he need anybody, to be
vampires.
honest? If he had the
That,
whole arsenal in
and
his
Blade
system?
is scared of what he might do if he loses control, because he does have one classic vampire weakness: a thirst for blood. Blah.
Even more so after he had a daughter, Brielle, whom he avoided for fear of endangering her. If his bloodlust does overwhelm him, he will enter a berserker rage, skyrocketing his strength at the cost of his sanity.
Though it does make him even better at killing vamps. He's made a cottage industry out of whooping Dracula's ass.
Dracula is unsurprisingly powerful, capable of summoning a thunderstorm that covered all of Boston with a wave of his hand.
Drac apparently didn't hold a grudge though, since he eventually made Blade the sheriff of Vampires, a vampire nation in the ruins of Chernobyl.
Amazingly, Dracula has even given Blade some of his own blood, which allows him to shapeshift into multiple forms, like a wolf, a horde of bats, or a cloud of mist.
So he can force his way inside your
I'm not
body.
gonna lie. We didn't even get to touch Buffy yet. Pause. But I think, based off what I'm hearing, looking kind of hard. It might be kind of tough for her. I don't think she can win in this though. I really don't think she could though. She might surprise me with some trump card or something, and like do a flip the table 180 and just demolish the dude. But like, this dude has everything.
And blow you up from the inside out, Ant-Man style.
What is with you with the
Yeah,
Ant-Man?
style.
Blade's hatred of vampires is only matched by his hatred of himself. However, when Brielle showed signs of vampiric powers, Blade finally found a reason to reconnect with his daughter, training her the same way Afari trained him a century prior.
Even after Blade was possessed by the first vampire ever and tried to take over the planet, Brielle put her dad's teachings to the test, saving both him and the world.
Yo,
And
let's go,
proving that
Dumpy daughter.
Blade's lonely war need not be so lonely anymore. With his daughter at his side, and also this plant creature pet called Boy Thing,
The
let
frick?
Marvel's vampires beware. For should they indulge their unnatural urges, they will be sure to meet their end at the tip of his blade.
W Blade, man. I put my money on Blade.
Today's battle is sponsored by
Yo, W
Prize
ad,
Pit.
man. W sponsorship.
The vampire.
we ain't here for
In
that.
every generation, there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the
Ugh.
forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
For thousands of years,
Yo,
a new
let's
Slayer
go,
would be
Buffy.
granted incredible powers and was destined to die young in battle against evil, passing their powers on to the next Slayer, and so on. That is, until the newest Slayer would change everything. Buffy Ann Summers.
Not exactly the first girl you'd think is the savior of humanity. Buffy's only goals in life were, in her own
Death
words,
count. At least
graduate from
two.
high
What
school,
does that mean?
go to Europe, marry Christian Slater, and die.
But that would all change when the Watcher Merrick appeared and revealed her destiny.
Like, total bummer.
Merrick trained Buffy in the arts of vampire slaying, and she became so efficient that she burned down her school. Whoops.
forcing
Oh,
her and
no.
her mom to move to Sunnydale, California to start a new life, far away from any more bloodsuckers and bad makeup.
Unfortunately,
Psych.
small problem, Sunnydale just so happened to be right on top of a hellmouth, where the boundary between Earth and Hell is permeable.
Yeah, that sounds
Ugh,
like the
oh my
valley, all right.
gosh.
Along with new Watcher Giles, Wallflower Willow, part-time bad boy, part-time sad boy Angel, magical retcon sister Dawn, and Xander. Buffy
What I
and
mean-
her Scooby gang would battle a never-ending series of monsters.
And we mean truly never ending. Sure, there's the TV show, but Buffy has also been slaying vampires across video games, comics, and 128 novels. Tens of
Dang.
thousands of pages of Buffy lore you've never heard of.
Oh my
But
god.
we're just crazy enough to speed read them all.
Buffy carries a
thought it was
variety
just
of
a TV show.
anti-vampire weaponry. There's wooden stakes, of course, sometimes dipped in gorgon venom that can turn you to stone. Though she's also experienced with axes, swords, quarterstaffs, holy water, just about anything.
You said it! When she fought an ancient demon unable to be killed by any weapon forged in his time, Buffy introduced his stupid ass to the 20th century.
She's also a master of
Not gonna lie, I was reading the list. Listen, right? Crossbow, knives and stakes, Morningstar, grenades, flamethrower, M136, rocket launcher, hellfire launcher, Hope's dagger, laser rifle, Olaf's hammer, gloves of and razor blade. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing that I feel like is comp might be these two, I think, right? I think these two. Other than that, I feel like the list ain't really that much comp to Blade. I feel like Blade has everything.
Buffy introduced his stupid ass to the 20th century.
She's also a master of Aikido, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, karate, kung fu, wushu, tai chi, kendo, capoeira, and taekwondo.
Buffy apparently thinks Hong Kong's kung fu movie masters could learn a thing or two.
No kidding. Thanks to her Slayer senses, her reflexes are fine-tuned enough to dodge close-range Gatling gun fire, lightning bolts from the sky, and even beams of light. She's kept up with another Slayer, Faith, who can dodge laser beams from point-blank range.
Okay,
Buffy's strong enough to
alright.
bend rebar,
She got
punch this
flexes,
4.5
she got
ton
reflexes.
bat monster into the air, and smash hard enough to tear apart a building.
the-
And despite her lack of armor, she can survive
Smash
mash.
hard
frick?
enough to push this 4.5 ton bat monster into the air, and smash hard enough to tear apart a building.
And despite her
Way
lack of
away.
armor, she can survive massive explosions, like the one that destroyed Cephrilion's lair that's bigger on the inside.
She can even fight blindfolded, but if she is injured, she heals fast enough to be totally
Yo.
fine by the next episode.
One time, Angel sucked out almost all of the blood from her body, and she survived.
Angel?
Doubly impressive.
Wasn't that one of her love interests?
Sucked out almost all of the blood from her body,
Oh
and
my.
she survived. Doubly impressive since Angel's blood draining also drains magical energy.
Yeah, Buffy's own magic makes her weirdly resilient to esoteric attacks, like when she expelled this misty shadow demon trying to possess her body, or when she resisted her soul being ripped apart and scattered across time.
Or that time
So what I'm hearing is that Blade's whatever it's called, the when he sucks the magical thingy-mabobs from through his fangs, it won't affect Buffy because she's like, you know what I'm saying? Like she not immune to it, but like she won't be affected by it, you know what I'm saying?
she jumped into a vat of boiling liquid so hot
But
it
even
could
so,
reduce
Blade doesn't
people
even
to
need to do that.
skeletons.
I feel like
and she was just
he-
fine.
She
he
might
cool
not
without
show
doing that.
physical scars, but she sure has emotional ones. Being the Slayer put a huge burden on Buffy's life.
Unable to live normally, she felt isolated, forced to internalize the trauma she faced on a daily basis. Sure, she had friends, but they couldn't understand her unique struggle.
Like when Angel turned evil after he took her virginity and tried to destroy the world. That must be one of those
That's actually
metaphors.
Sometimes
that's
the worst
traumatic.
enemies
That's
are the ones who
traumatic.
can't fight and who don't fight back.
Made even worse by her having all the memories of the other Slayers bouncing around in her head, dating back to the Stone Age.
Buffy has dreamt of every battle a Slayer has ever fought, and can call upon those skills in a fight, even subconsciously.
But this includes the memories of their deaths. countless women violently dying young, a reminder of her inevitable fate.
A fate that came to pass when she fought the hell god Glory. After leaping
Glory?
into Glory's reality-ending interdimensional hole,
A glory hole, if you will.
No
Buffy
freaking way you said that.
sacrificed herself to
The frick?
save the universe, dying a hero's death.
It appears my glory hole joke was poorly timed.
Finally freed of her unfair earthly responsibilities,
No!
Buffy's soul ascended to heaven in perfect bliss.
She died. The frick? Why would you put an ad after that? I'm gonna cut that out.
Until her friends brought her back to life in the agony of existence. This absolutely crushed Buffy and,
Oh, she came
ironically,
back.
annihilated her will to live.
Oh, that's rough, Buffy. But with the show renewed for more seasons, she had to nut up and continue her endless crusade against all things Spirit
Yeah,
Halloween.
that's what I'm talking about.
Buffy's battled for 48 hours straight, defeated vampires immune to traditional vampiric weaknesses, and destroyed the Sword of Sano, which caused the Great Hanshin earthquake.
And of course, both Buffy and her friends have defeated countless immensely powerful demons.
Like the Queller Demon, which arrived as a meteor and caused the Tunguska explosion, which destroyed over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Or the Sorrow Demon, which caused a storm that blanketed Los Angeles.
She's also a match for Angel, who survived a blast that could rupture a continental shelf, and took hits from Whistler, whose magic contained a bomb that could vaporize London.
She even faced off against the first evil, literally the embodiment of all evil that predates reality itself.
Forced into battles against stronger and stronger baddies, Buffy clearly needed something to even the odds. The, Slayer safe!
It's actually a Bardiche,
Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna say it. This thing is bullshit.
containing the essence of Buffy's Slayer powers and
All right, this is where things get serious. This is where things get serious, guys. You guys need to lock in, pay attention to every detail on this list because we need to find a flaw.
created to defeat ancient demons. The scythe can deflect magical projectiles and slice through just about anything. Ghosts, magic, even space itself, destabilizing reality in the process.
Even Silas, the devourer of worlds. Kinda like Galactus, but instead of chomping on planets, he eats the multiverse. And there goes his head.
The scythe is easily the most powerful
No
tool in
freaking
her
way. Why
arsenal.
would they bring
In
this
effect,
freaking
attaining it
fight,
completed
bro?
Buffy, as though it were a piece of her she never knew was missing. With the scythe, Buffy was finally whole. Being the Slayer was no longer a burden, but a purpose.
And by sharing her Slayer powers with thousands of girls around the world, they all teamed up and kicked the first evil's ass.
Suddenly, the always isolated Buffy had thousands of shoulders to lean on, a sisterhood of Slayers.
And thousands more reasons for any wannabe demon conqueror to stay away from Earth. Because unless you want to get your blood all over her stylish yet affordable boots, you'll steer clear of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
There's no freaking way they added that as the last. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't gonna lie. Mr. Blade. You gonna need to lock in, my boy. You gonna need to lock in.
Hey, as you know, it's Skeletor.
Oh, what's this?
You mean
Yo, W sponsorship.
We
Or-
face Faction Death Battle!
Yo, I feel like Blade's gonna lose this battle because that last weapon he had. I meant the last weapon she had. Bro, she can literally cut through anything. It was Buffy.
We were kings
Oh,
long
frick.
before they had a name for kings. But now, starved, hunted, forgotten. I waited long enough.
Like, so this like
Tonight.
live action?
We remember who we were. Tonight, we take back what was always ours. Tonight, we feast.
Daywalker.
Hey, this the dude. That's the dude from that karate dude. Ain't that the karate dude? Who's like the karate dude? Who be cutting like a little peanut in half with a little sword, with a sword.
Chief, that's just the start.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Oh my. One shot is crazy. Yo, they both making up though. I can't lie, they both making up. Stun grenade? Oh, it's like sunlight, basically.
Hey, I'm Emmy.
No freaking way.
Let's use Creative Cloud Pro to design a postcard inspired by my
Oh wait, he's part. Oh wait. What happened? What happened?
Wait!
Quick reaction time. Yo.
Dude's just a kid!
Not anymore.
Like I was not. I couldn't use something like that. Yo, Blade just got like, look at his like his like how he's executing every move though.
You out your damn mind?
I'm not glad the choreography. Oh my gosh, choreography is fire. Wait.
Amateur hour.
There's always some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
Bro, this fight could go either way. And she didn't pull out her last weapon that they mentioned. Yep. See, this is where it ends. Oh! Wait, it's not over yet.
Another sword.
I see you cut through adamantium.
Bring it on.
Bro, it could dead cook man though. It could do that. Did it say the bullet could take someone inside out? Oh, GG's, bro. She finna do something. My. Yep. Yep, that would do it. Cut his head off, bro. Oh my gosh. But why? Wait. But like, didn't they say the bullet could like do it? I'm mad confused.
It's like you got ahead of yourself.
KO! To be Blade continued no longer. I'm surprised. I figured with Blade's many years of comic book history, he'd have the edge.
Believe it or not, Buffy is actually in more comics than Blade.
Really? Man, Blade can't catch a break.
Let's break this down into 4 categories.
let's break it down,
First up,
quick.
stats. Buffy's lifted much heavier things and survived more significant explosions.
Like, sure, Blade's strong and all, but he isn't literally fucking buildings apart like Buffy.
Scaling to the monsters they fought, compare Dracula creating a storm that covered Boston to the Sorrow Demon creating a storm that covered Los Angeles, a city over 5 times larger. You might be able to compare Blade to Spider-Man like Miles, who absorbed a bomb that could blow up Harlem, but that's significantly weaker than Whistler containing a blast that could wipe out London. They could both dodge light beams, but that doesn't keep Buffy from taking the overall edge in stats.
Blade's used to being the odd man out, though, so his versatility is just as important.
With Blade's numerous powers and massive arsenal, he certainly could have overwhelmed the more straightforward Buffy.
Machine guns and magic swords are generally gonna beat out crossbows and morning stars. Not to mention, he actually wears armor.
Also, Blade's faster healing factor and immunity to traditional vampire weaknesses kept Buffy on the back foot for a time. Blade wins versatility.
But when it comes to skill, Buffy's got plenty of experience fighting armed opponents barehanded.
Both of them were masters of a similar number of martial arts.
And Blade has been kicking vampire ass for a century, way longer than Buffy's even been alive.
While Blade may have more personal experience, Buffy's ability to draw on Slayer battles dating back to the Stone Age, at least 40 times older than Blade, gives her the superior skill. Even then, they both had weapons and abilities so powerful they could end the fight instantly, regardless of all else.
They're trump cards. Fortunately for Buffy, she actually countered almost all of what Blade could throw at her.
Withstanding Blade draining her energy with his bite? Check.
Resisting the Hellfire shotgun destroying her soul? Check.
Preventing Blade turning to mist and exploding her from the inside out? Check.
Meanwhile, Blade had no way to survive, say, Buffy's Gorgon venom turning him to stone.
And even with the deadly and just plain gross breathing gun, Blade did not have anything as potent as the Slayer sight.
That's what
it
I'm
could easily
saying.
deflect the breathing gun's bullets back at him, or use its space-cutting ability to slice through his unbreakable adamantium sword.
Don't believe us? Even Wolverine's adamantium skeleton was cut in half when a portal closed on top of him. That's the same kind of thing.
And Wolverine's beta adamantium skeleton is a much tougher version of the same metal.
Oh, and since the Scythe could kill Silas, a multiverse devouring god, I think you could take down Blade with a big enough swing.
Yeah,
Giving
she
Buffy
got
the
it.
final
She got it.
advantage
I knew
over
it as
the
soon as she
Daywalker.
pulled that
Really thought
weapon
Blade had a
out.
chance,
It
but
was
Buffy
clips.
sure put a damn fear
It was
on
clips.
things.
The winner is Buffy the
There's no
Vampire
way.
Slayer.
There's no way.
Next
There's no way
time
they
on
could
Death Battle.
What's next time? Who's this? Yo, I need to watch this one. I need to watch Hulk vs. Godzilla. Yo, that might be in the next video, actually. Bro, but like, guys, let me know what you guys think. I felt like, in the beginning, I feel like if Buffy didn't have that one weapon, Blade would have gotten it. But like, you could say the same thing for... Actually, can you say the same thing for Blade? For like having that one weapon in particular? You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like, yeah, that weapon, the weapon she had, that was once they mentioned, I was like, I knew it was GG's. I knew it was game over. I knew it was game over. There's no doubt in my mind. But you know what? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.